Here's what's happening on the ranch. I'm hosting the Tex-Mex brunch at our new place and sharing the whole story of the construction. Hey, this isn't the lodge. Where am I anyway? Well, this is the new house that Lad and I built, and we are living here and loving it. I'm gonna have a few friends over for brunch, and I'm making a really great, easy menu, starting with breakfast enchiladas. These are so tasty. I've got a pan that I'm gonna bake the enchiladas in, and I'm drizzling in about half a cup of salsa verde, just all over the bottom of the pan. And now I will start filling the enchiladas. I'm using little corn tortillas, and I warmed them just to make them more pliable. And the first thing I'll add is just a little smear of jalapeno cream cheese. The jalapeno cream cheese adds such amazing flavor, but really you could use any flavor of cream cheese that you happen to have. Garlic and herbs, anything works. Okay, now I'm gonna grab this pan. I made a scrambled egg filling earlier, and it is so delicious. Let me walk you through it. They're deliciously spicy scrambled eggs. So first I added 9 ounces of chorizo to a skillet, along with half of a diced white onion, a seeded and diced poblano, and cooked them for 5 minutes. Then when the chorizo was cooked through, I took the mixture out and put it in a bowl. Next, I added 8 beaten eggs to the skillet with some salt and black pepper, then scrambled the eggs for 4 minutes. Then with the heat off, I added the chorizo mix and stirred it into the scrambled eggs. I love the flavors of this filling, but I also love the color. I'm telling you, I think enchiladas are probably one of my most favorite Tex-Mex Mexican dishes, and I love putting a breakfast spin on them. Oh my gosh, so delicious. So I put about 2 heaping tablespoons of the filling in the tortilla, as full as I can get it, and I'll just roll it as tightly as I can, and of course you keep the ends open. And then it goes seam side down into the sauce, and then you just keep on building. Speaking of building, when we first started building the new house, it's crazy, it seemed so far away. I just thought, we'll never be in, we'll never move in, but here we are, and we've been enjoying it so much. So while I keep building the enchiladas, let me walk you through the construction from start to finish. Work began in the summer of 2022 in the exact same spot where our old house used to be. For a while, it just looked like a big maze made out of lumber. By the fall, the exterior walls were up and work was underway inside. By January 2023, we could really see it starting to take shape. And by August, the guys were tiling the porches and working on landscaping. Then finally, a little over a year after we started, the project was done and we moved on in. We set everything up with a mix of new and old furniture, along with some sentimental family pieces, like the bronze sculpture that belonged to Chuck and Nan. Okay, I'll give you a quick tour. This is the main entry. I still have a few things to add, but I'm just taking my time. Next, my kitchen. I just love this spot, and I'll tell you more about it later. And my office, which is a first-time thing for me. There's Lad's very handy mudroom and his gym. Maybe I'll go in there someday. And of course, the living room where Lad and I come together in the evenings. It's a pretty big room, but it has plenty of seating for all the family, and it really feels comfortable. I recently added this chandelier, and I think it's really groovy. It's been so fun to get settled and start to feel at home, and be able to start this new era of our lives. I hope you've enjoyed this view of our home sweet home. As is the case with lots of construction projects, we had our days where we thought, what have we done? We just wanted it to be over. But obviously, once you move in, all of those worries are left behind. And I think what Lad and I love about living here is that it didn't take long at all for it to feel like home. Because we built the house on the exact same spot that our old house was on, I look out the windows and I see the same things, and it still feels like home. And another thing we love about it is that we seriously use every single room. We don't have rooms and rooms that sit empty without any activity. That was one of our criteria when we made the list of things we wanted in the house. We just wanted to use the house. We're having a lot of fun. All right, I got the last enchilada assembled, and then I want to top this with more sauce. You can use more of the salsa verde, but I'm going to use red enchilada sauce, and that is exactly the way I love to eat enchiladas. So I poured a pretty generous amount of red enchilada sauce over the top, and I'm going to sprinkle another generous amount of pepper jack cheese. You can do sharp cheddar, you can do plain Monterey Jack cheese. You can also put cheese inside of each enchilada, but the cream cheese kind of gives it that element. All right, I'm gonna cover it with foil. I wanna eat these right now, I'm hungry. All right, and I'm gonna park the pan in the fridge, and then I'll bake the enchiladas just before brunch time. And that is how I like to entertain. It's all make ahead for me. Well, my friends will be here soon, and the brunch food all looks so good. And over to the breakfast enchiladas. And I just like to top them with some diced fresh tomato and some diced avocado. It's perfectly ripe. Ooh, got a little heavy on the avocado on that side. The enchiladas are so hot that they'll sort of slightly warm these toppings. And oh my gosh, can you tell I'm hungry and ready for brunch? Extra cilantro. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's cilantro basically everywhere in this meal. When I look at the enchiladas and mango salad together, they're just gorgeous. They have kind of the same colors. They're playing off each other in a beautiful way. Let me show you what they look like together on the plate. So first, enchiladas. How cheesy and delicious do these look? Then the mango salad with all its glorious colors and flavors. Yum. That is one Tex-Mex dream team in my book. Well, my friends are just about to pull up, and we're gonna enjoy this beautiful brunch together. But do you think I'm stressed? Not at all. And that's because I made pretty much everything ahead of time. That is the best way to entertain. So since I have nothing to do, I think I'll pour myself a little glass of bubbly. That could have gone south real quick. Now, before I pour it in, one thing I love to do just anytime I have brunch with friends is just drop in 2 or 3 berries, and then I'll pour the Prosecco right on top of it. And that keeps you from having to make a specialty cocktail. It does not get any more simple than this, and the berries in the glass just make it look a little bit more special. Well, here's to friends, here's to brunch, here's to make ahead recipes, and here's to construction projects being finished. Now that is something to celebrate.